To all the mothers out there who are stressed about low milk supply or having no milk at all, or those who find themselves staring at the bottom of the bottle every time they pump, stop right now. That pressure is exactly what is blocking your milk flow. Let me show you how to activate the happiness hormone to make your milk spray out in streams. Did you know that the milk factory inside a mother's body is incredibly smart? If your body provides you with 100 milliliter of milk today and you use it all up, it will automatically produce more the next day. Conversely, if your body gives you 100 milliliter today but you don't use it all, you are unintentionally sending a signal to your brain that it should produce less milk the following day. This mechanism is fascinating because it helps prevent clogged ducts for those who need to reduce their supply, while simultaneously producing more for those whose babies need to feed a lot. Therefore, the first principle you must remember is, if you want to boost your supply, you must actively empty the milk ducts, alveoli, in your breasts. A new mother's breasts contain many milk ducts where milk is stored, so you must actively empty them to send a signal to your body saying, "Please give me more milk." So here is a very effective tip you can apply. About 20 to 30 minutes after you finish breastfeeding your baby, use your breast pump to pump one more time. This extra session should last about 5 to 10 minutes. The goal is to signal to your body, "Give me more milk, give me more milk." With just these extra 5 to 10 minutes after 1 week, you will be surprised to see your milk supply multiply significantly. In the first few days of pumping this extra 5–10 minutes, you might not see a single drop, or very little. But please be persistent and you will see the magic happen. About 1 to 2 weeks later, the amount of milk produced during that extra 5–10 minute window will double or even triple. For mothers who are breastfeeding directly, you won't be under pressure to pump strictly on time. This is because your body is very smart and the baby's mouth is the absolute best breast pump. The baby's mouth can extract a large amount of milk in a very short period. I will guide you on how to trigger the milk production reflex, letdown reflex. So, what is it? When you pump or when the baby nurses, the suction causes milk to flow rhythmically. However, you will notice moments when the milk automatically sprays out in strong streams. That is when the hormone oxytocin is released. This hormone helps push a large amount of milk out of the body in a very short time. This hormone is released most abundantly when you hold your baby and nurse them because it is the happiness hormone. When you hold your child, the emotional exchange between you and the baby stimulates the production of oxytocin. Milk is usually divided into foremilk and hindmilk. Foremilk is usually thinner and contains this oxytocin hormone, which tends to make the baby sleepy while nursing. Therefore, if the baby wants to gain weight, feel full, and get enough fat, they must feed until they reach the hindmilk. This is where breast pumps can sometimes solve a lot of problems. When you pump milk out, the foremilk and hindmilk are mixed together, so when the baby drinks it, they receive the full range of nutrients without falling asleep mid-feed. When you start pumping, first turn on the massage mode to stimulate the breast. After a while, when you see milk appear and start spraying in streams, switch to the expression suction mode. During the process, if the milk has been drained and stops flowing, switch back to massage mode immediately. The massage mode simulates the baby's sucking pattern at the beginning of a feed before the milk flows. Your body will be tricked into thinking the baby is nursing again, and it will produce oxytocin to stimulate another large letdown of milk. For mothers who rely entirely on breast pumps and cannot breastfeed directly, you must pump on a strict schedule and pump for longer durations. If you want to stimulate more milk production, you must pump at least 8 times a day. Why 8 times a day? Because a newborn baby typically needs to nurse about every 3 hours. Some babies nurse even more often, every 2 hours. Therefore, one of the principles of boosting supply for those not nursing directly is to trick the body into thinking, "I am raising a newborn." Thus, you must request milk 8 times a day. That's roughly once every 3 hours. Don't forget, when you sit down to pump, don't just sit there for 20 minutes. Continuously stimulate the milk production reflex by switching to massage mode whenever you notice the milk is no longer flowing into the bottle. You must note one important thing. Do not focus too much on the bottle. In the beginning, for those with low supply who are stressed and pressured about making milk for the baby, staring at the bottle inadvertently prevents the release of oxytocin, and the milk production reflex will not occur. I will show you a few more tips to get more milk. First, open a photo of your baby to look at. When you look at your baby, you forget the pressure of pumping. Looking at your baby with emotion causes more oxytocin to be released, milk is produced faster, and you will have more letdowns in a single pumping session. Next tip, drink a glass of warm water. 15 minutes before every pumping session. Remember, it must be warm water. Final tip, stimulate your nipples before you start pumping. You can do this by preparing a cup of warm water and dipping the tip of your nipple into it. Since the nipple area is concentrated with many nerve endings, just this small stimulation helps trigger milk production very quickly. I really hope that after watching this video, you will no longer feel insecure about your ability to be a mother, nor feel too self-conscious about having low milk for your baby. I wish all breastfeeding mothers success with the tips I have shared. If you found this useful, please share it so everyone can know. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.